YouTube.
There it is.
We live, ladies and gentlemen. Realtalk No BS in the building. We got
Big Jon, man. Realtalk No BS, man. Realtalk.
Really, who else?
Quietus Khan and Don, Texas Family Entertainment, Realtalk No BS, you already know what it is.
Hey.
already. It's right there.
Square business.
This is the next tape they got out right now. What's the name of it?
The highs and lows of lies and hoes.
Say that one more time for the people, man.
The highs and lows of lies and hoes, man.
Straight up and down.
One of the hottest mixtapes in the southern region, man. From here to Miami, man. Certified.
Ready. Tell them where you from, Peter.
Man, Central Texas, man. Chilltown, Waco, Texas, man, is what I'm representing.
Ready. Man, how'd y'all get here, man? Tell us y'all story. We sitting right here with some, I like to say that this is hip hop, man. You know. Y'all, your name, before we even get into this, man, the name got meaning to it.
Yeah.
Explain that.
Well, I did 8 years in prison for attempted murder.
Yeah.
So while I was incarcerated, serving time, I did a lot of writing. You know, I did a lot of poetry, a lot of short stories, those kinds of things. A lot of the things that I was writing during that time was real dark, real macabre. It just always turned out that way. It didn't matter if the story began about flowers, it was going to end with something dying. So when I noticed that my writing was always kind of taking that turn, I've always been a person who considered myself a wordsman. So I've always studied lexicons, always studied thesauruses. So I looked up the word death one day in a thesaurus.
Yeah.
And I found quietus. And from there, quietus came to Khan. Khan is Genghis Khan, the Mongolian conqueror. And it became my real name. My real name is Malachi Quietus Khan.
Really? That's deep, though, man. That's a life story to be told in itself, man. Big Jon, tell them about yourself, man.
Man, I'm just, another artist, up and coming, man. I've been in the game 10 years. I got my start back when, a lot of cats started taking off in Houston with the hip hop, started getting their deals and contracts. I was doing my shows. And then shout out to Minister Slugger, man. He produced my first album. He ended up getting the platinum plaque with, I think it was Sony at the time that Lil Flip was signed with when you had his deal. And he produced my first album. So, I kind of got a little buzz off that. And it's been carrying, so I just been kind of, trying to work on the brand, Southern Antidote Entertainment, for the last 9-10 years. And not too long ago, I recently, hooked up by the graces of God, with Quietus Khan. And the rest is finna be history, man.
Really, man. That's real deal. So, after y'all clicked up, you said about a year. Well, how long ago?
It really hasn't been a year. It's been about maybe about half that time. I own a record label called Texas Family Entertainment. I have a management company called Savant Music Group.
Yeah.
I'm also the public relations director for a nonprofit organization called Road to Damascus, which is founded by Mia Thomas. I do a lot of nonprofit work. I'm a motivational speaker. I do all kinds of things. So one of the people who is affiliated with one of the other people with the company brought John in and wanted to let him show what he could do as an engineer. We have a studio there. And while he was trying to show me what he was able to do as an engineer, he told me that he rapped. I asked him to go into the booth like I would any artist that comes in. And he went in there, and when I heard his voice, it wasn't even so much the lyrics or anything like that. It was just his voice. He has a voice that's $1 million voice. His voice is really his strong point, and he's very lyrical. That helps it also, but he just has a very, very strong voice. Yeah. And so not knowing any of his history, I don't know what he's done, where he's come from. That was really unimportant to me. I just knew he could rap, and he had a real good voice. So from there, I put him on some records. I liked his voice so much. I think it meshed well with mine, so I decided to do a mixtape with them to get them some promotion and get them out there.
Yeah.
And so that's basically what's been going on with the highs and lows of Lies and Hoes. I drop a mixtape every month. I have a mixtape called The Game and the Gospel. All these mixtapes you can get on that Piff. We have the Hustler's Manual. So every month I drop a mixtape. I haven't been able to drop one this current month because we've been so busy trying to secure the deal and everything that's going on with the Miami trip. So now that stuff out of the way, we can get back to doing business and handling music and doing things like that.
Yeah,
That's good. Let me get to the track.
Yeah, straight up. I was going to say the same thing. Like, yeah. Let's get to the music.
Yeah, man, real talk.
What song?
What song y'all want to hear, man?
So, yeah,
Man, we can go ahead and start it off with By Far, man, number 2, man.
By Far?
Yeah, man. Yeah, we're going to pop it out with that, man.
All right, and
Yeah,
back
that's
door with
the artist that's on there singing is my artist. Her name is Mara Lachey. She's 20 years old, man. She's phenomenal. She has kind of like a Janae Aiko kind of thing, you know. Her single that's getting taken care of right now. So we're really looking forward to her. She just got the Artist Showcase Spotlight and Takeover Magazine. So we're looking forward from her too.
Okay.
After that, you want to back door with what?
What y'all want to hit next?
By Far.
By Far.
You can play whatever you want to.
We're going to play whatever we want.
Play that No Luck after that, man.
All right.
Like I said, y'all at home.
We're going to keep it 100 with y'all too,
Yeah.
man.
Really?
I mean, we're going to play that No Luck, line that up after that. You know, this is something right here that's kind of more universal to kind of catch everybody's attention as far as just, you know, from the women to the men, you know, both sides type thing. You know, I think anybody be able to relate to the By Far.
Okay.
You know, it's a pretty good track. So, you know, it's our mixtape, so, you know, we just going to keep it running like that, man.
Realtalk No BS, man. We back, ladies and gentlemen. Realtalk No BS, man. Those tracks was a banger, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate
I like
it, man. Appreciate it.
I like it.
Part of the game. That's my shit right there. I like that.
I like that No Look, man.
Appreciate that, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, who did y'all producing, man?
Well, this is a mixtape track, man. We have a plethora of producers that are signed to the company. I have a producer named D. McClyde. I work with a producer out of Miami. It's a camp of producers. I work with 730 Productions. Shout out to my family in Miami, 730 Productions. My partner, Low Keys, over there makes a lot of tracks for us. I work with a producer out of New York named Jedi from a production team called Lab Rats. My primary producer is Geo Hall. He's in Atlanta. And he discovered Bubba Spark. He was Left Eye's personal producer before she passed away. And he worked with a lot of people. So those are a lot of the producers that we work with. This is a mixtape project. We have some original tracks like Part of the Game. That's an original track.
Yeah.
So one of our in-house producers did that. And so whenever we do mixtapes, we'll put original songs on there and mix them up with the radio songs on there, man, as an effort to promote some of the songs that we have coming up.
Already.
Oh, real quick, another question for you. What you think about the game app, right? Like the game, basically the rappers now. What you think about it? How they are right now? What you think it's okay? It's saturated, or you know, doing anything?
Well, one of the things that I try to impart to my artists is, you know, I've had a major deal. I have an album that's out right now. You can get it. It's called Patience. It was produced by Scott Storch and Cool and Dre. Scott Storch produced 8 tracks. Cool and Dre did 2 tracks for me. I worked with Carnival Beats. There's a song on there with me and Big Pokey called Dirty South Ways that Carnival Beats produced. They did Sitting Sideways and all that stuff. So, you know, one of the things I try to impart to my artists is it's really not about talent. You know, it's a business, man. And you have to respect that and you have to know that. It's 95% business, it's 5% talent. If it was about talent, everybody would be on who has talent. That's not what it's about. And a lot of people who get caught up in thinking that it's just about how good you rap and all of that, those are the people who are probably never going to get anywhere in it. Because it's more based on your grind than your actual talent. So when you hear rappers who you say to yourself, well, he's trash. Well, if he's trash and getting paid, then that makes you dumpster juice. If you're not getting paid. So you really can't, you have to be really careful how you critique people getting paid for what you want to do. Because if you don't consider them to be very good, then you can't be very good yourself.
Yeah.
So it's a grind. You have to respect what everybody does. You know, it's a competition. You want to keep that in mind. You don't want to you don't want to lose your competitive edge because you need that as an artist. But at the end of the day, when I analyze a game, to answer your question and see where it's at, I really don't really listen to a lot of the music that's out, man. I really don't. I can't really find any substance in it. I can't find any subject matter or any commentary that I would follow along with that I think that would give me something, make me better off at the end of a record. And I think that music you listen to reflects how you are as a person and how you live. When I was in the streets selling dope and gang banging and doing all that, I listened to a specific type of rap music.
Yeah.
Now that I'm a businessman trying to run a company and make myself into a mogul, God willing, then there's a different type of music I listen to because my mindset's different. So I want to hear what reflects what I go through every day. Every day I'm not selling drugs. Every day I'm not in the streets.
Yeah.
And I think that the majority of the people don't do that every day. I just think that the industry, as far as the people who are in control of the records and those kinds of things, they perpetuate the images and the things that they want out there. So if they want everybody to be on a D-boy kick, then all the music that's going to be on the radio, that's what you're going to hear. If they want all the young girls in the club to be on lesbianism and bisexual relationships, then a lot of the music is going to reflect that because the industry controls those things. So as it pertains to music, I don't really think that there's enough music in the game for me really to appreciate what I hear. And there are artists like Drake and the J. Coles who I believe as an artist, from an artist standpoint, I respect what they do as artists. And there are a lot more. I'm just using two of the more popular people who I respect what they do. But for the most part, I don't really listen to a lot of things on the radio, and that's really not to knock anybody. It's just that I have standards for music. And there are people who I listen to and I feel I can get something from. But when you're 40 years old, man, and you've been shot people and done the things I've done, man, you want more from music than a lot of things that are exaggerated and made up.
Really? What about you, John?
I mean, pretty much, man, the same thing. I was rapping early on in my career, and when I came in the game, I came in the game, making music for my fans. But at the same time, I was always talking about, what was going on, what was real. I was always socially conscious to everything that was taking place around me and in my environment on a daily basis and on a regular basis. So when, I was blessed enough to hook up, with Quietus, they really just, they fit, for my purpose as far as for what I had, for my drive, and, what I wanted my fans to hear from me as an artist. And I didn't have to compromise or make any sacrifices deemed by no man or, anything. Just, I went and did it, I prayed for it, and it was given to me, you know what I mean? And that's the way it went down. It didn't happen no other way, you know what I mean? And and it is what it is, It's real talk, no BS.
Exactly. Yeah, man. I feel it. I feel it.
That's another thing that I really can relate to, and just the name of the show itself is something that would make me come over here and be a part of this, because it's really something that I do all the time. It's really not.
Shout out.
Not my thing, man. Our I guess you would call it mantra over there at Texas Family Entertainment, and when I give you my business cards, when I leave, you'll see it on there. It says real life, real music. And that's what we represent. Yeah. So you can't go in the booth
that's what y'all making
and be rapping about something you ain't never did.
Yeah, that's what y'all making.
Gangster me, scare me, or none of that, bro. I've done it all. You know what I mean? I'm a motivational speaker. I'm not talking about how to plant gardens. I'm talking about my life and the things I've done. So when you take that in consideration, that we want to go in there and give people real music. That's not to knock what nobody else does, because at the end of the day, man, there are people who would give a flying fuck about what we rap about. They want to hear what they want to hear. So if they party every night, they want to hear some music that's talking about partying. If they drink, they want to hear that. So what we have to understand is, man, that there are 8 billion people in this world. You're not going to get them all. So you have to be able to know your demographic, find that pocket of people you appeal to, and make music for them. And as that music spreads to those people, if it's good music, it'll speak for itself. So that's why we don't say, hey, play this. You know what I mean? If it's a consistent urge, then hey, play this song right there. But we really don't care, because I feel like the music will speak for itself. So I'm not going to give you a disclaimer and fluff it up. If you don't like it, you don't like it. If you do, you do. But I'm confident enough to know, unless you fake as fuck, you hear the music, you're gonna appreciate it because it's real music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Man, say, man, we won't get to some more y'all music. Before we do that, man, go on, run them down with the information, how they can get into, you know, some of these mixtapes y'all got out, or what y'all got out right now.
Yeah, we got the mixtapes coming out. We got 3 albums dropping. My partner Hustler E.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, he runs
DVD,
Texas Money Boys, On My Hustle. Well, we have a double CD coming out. It's called Intelligence and Intimidation. We also have a DVD coming out with that. It's a double CD. It drops May 26th at the end of this month. The following week on June 3rd, we have American Success Story dropping. It's an acronym for ASS, and it's a whole album that's dedicated to the whole strip club life. But it's not just about shaking your ass and all that. It really entails every aspect of that life, from the pimping to the what women have to do in order to make ends meet. It's just not an album that's about shaking your ass. It's called ASS because, as I said, it's an acronym for American Success Story, because a lot of women become successful from dancing in these clubs, whether it be modeling videos and those kinds of things. So it's kind of like our little homage to them, the women of that. And the next album that comes out the week after that, on June 10th, is my solo album, Focus. It's an acronym for Follow One Course Until Successful. And so we have those 3 albums coming out. You can find me on Facebook, Quietus Khan, that's Quietus Khan, on YouTube, Texas Family Entertainment, Instagram, Coast City Don 730, Twitter, The Real Q Khan, and on anything else from SoundCloud, Dat Piff, Reverb Nation, Quietus Khan, Quietus Khan.
Really? How can they get at you, Big Jon?
Get in touch with me, man, on Twitter, man, also on Facebook at Big Jon. You know, go like my fan page. You know, you'll see updates, pictures, you know, from different things, trips, different work, studio activity, you know, interview here tonight.
Yeah.
You know, you'll see all that, man, you know.
Really?
So, you know, get in touch with me, man. Holler at me.
Ready? Yeah, Texas Family Entertainment. Yeah, I like that. We dig that.
Yeah, already.
I want to get into this track I got called Chronic. Yeah.
Name speaks for itself, man.
Yeah, let's get into that.
Real talk, no BS.
Already.
Yes, sir.